Brother, welcome to the 7 Commandments of Winning Q1, a 90-day challenge. By the end of this challenge, you want people saying to you, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just relax? Because that is the mindset of the 99%. And your response to that will be because you're built different. Because you cannot deal with having a mediocre lifestyle. You want the best. And there's only one way to achieve the 1% lifestyle. It's doing the things that everybody else is unhappy to do. Turning from amateur to professional. And what does that actually mean? The New Elite Mission 2026 is Turn Pro. And what this means to me is a professional turns up whether he wants to or not. A professional does not take wins or losses, success or failure personally. He just turns up and he does the work. And that's what this entire program is about that I'm going to run you through. So by the end of this video, you'll have action steps and a plan to follow every single day to make Q1 the best quarter you've ever had in your life, to make the most money, look the best, feel the best, and have bulletproof confidence by the end of Q1. So the first rule of the challenge is 90 days sober. If you're looking at that right now and you think 90 days sober is ridiculous, something that you could never do, and it seems very, very difficult, you are exactly the person that needs to do 90 days sober to understand what a life of sobriety actually gives you. I love alcohol as much as the next man, or I've been tricked into thinking that through the dopamine response. I have drank a lot of alcohol in my time. In fact, I used to be an alcoholic before I broke out of my 9 to 5. I used to drink a bottle or two of wine every single day when I was about 20 years old, and my life was terrible. And that's because alcohol steals your momentum. You work all week, drink alcohol to relax on the weekend, and any good habits you build up through the 5 days are then wiped out by the weekend. And that's on a vibrational standpoint. Your vibration that you build up, the vibration of success, which is absolutely essential to having the confidence to act, is destroyed by that bender on the weekend. And it may not be a big issue, or you think it's not a big issue, but when you cut it out for 90 days and you see that you go from the week of good building habits to a weekend of continuing that with more energy and more time. And then you go back into the week with more energy and more time. And you do that over and over again for 90 days. Your life just goes like this. Alcohol is the reason people get stuck here in this graph. They go up a bit, down a bit, up a bit, down a bit. That's how the whole year goes. It's the reason why you miss workouts. It's the reason why you miss out on sleep. It is the one thing that you can take away. You don't have to add it. All you have to do is not do it. It's very, very simple. And it will add things to your life. I would go as far to say, put it in your mind like this. If someone offered you $1 million not to drink for a year, would you take it? And the answer for almost everyone who's not insane or has a big alcohol problem would be yes. And I genuinely think that's probably what you're leaving on the table if you regularly drink. I certainly left that on the table last year by killing my momentum. And I spent 100 days sober last year. In the first half of the year, when I would have a great month, then a week of drinking, great month, week of drinking, I killed all that vibration and momentum. I could have gone like this. Instead, I went like this. And that's what happens to almost everyone. Now, if that seems like a ridiculously hard thing to do, The Easy Way to Control Alcohol by Alan Carr, listen to the audiobook. It will change your life. It will reframe the way your mind thinks about drinking alcohol. I would currently, if I wanted someone to lose in 2026, I would advise them to go out and drink every weekend, to go and party every weekend, drink alcohol in the evenings. That's what I would advise to an enemy to lose. Not to my friends, not to anyone I loved or cared about. Not saying if you drink alcohol, you're bad. I've certainly drank alcohol. But after these 90 days, you have the chance to drink alcohol again. You can do it if you want. But I guarantee a lot of you will complete that 90 days. You'll have made such big changes in your life and your momentum that you probably won't want to. For me, I'm doing the entire year sober, 2026. Big goal of mine, really looking forward to doing it. So that's number 1, 90 days sober. Keep your momentum, stop hiding from reality, stop poisoning yourself and your clarity of your mind. Number 2, train 5 times per week. As a man, I believe you need to be well-rounded. This means that you cannot spend every day in the gym training all day. You have a finite amount of energy per day. If you spend all day training, which I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel probably do, and you spend no time making money, you're unbalanced. And that's not what we want to be. We want to be sevens across the board. Looks, finances, physique, health, sleep, relationships. We want them all to build together to have a quality of life that we enjoy. So this is the bare minimum. I'm going to pop up a workout on screen now. This workout is something that you can easily test and track. So you can go through the 3 strength and conditioning workouts, time yourself, and each week you should be improving. You can choose to do these workouts at any weight you choose, even body weight to start if you're new to the gym. And then each time per week you should be doing 1 sparring and 1 martial arts session, whether it be boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu. 1 sparring and 1 martial arts session at a gym. Why? Because you will build a strong physique. You will build confidence, not only in your body, not only talking to women, not only around other men, but in business as well, in everything that you do, in the risks you're willing to take. It's one of those things that when you fix it, you can't believe you ever lived any other way. Imagine if there's one thing you can snap your fingers and do, and the world starts treating you differently, that is getting in shape and learning at least the minimum of how to fight. And the plan I've put on screen will help you do that every single week, as long as you follow that plan, and you'll be better than 90% of men at physical endeavors and combat. Track your metrics, track progress, track weights, track time to completion, track everything. Make sure that you're improving. And I would also recommend taking progress pictures every time you're in the gym. So at the end of the 90 days, you can look at not only how far have you come mentally, but how far have you come physically. You don't need to spend all day in the gym to get great results. You need to train with intensity and increase that intensity throughout the 90 days. In the New Elite, we track this by Whoop. We have a Whoop community, so we can see everybody's scores on sleep, recovery, training. And we like to put it together in a community, keep each other accountable on that. So anyone from the New Elite that's watching, make sure you're in the Whoop community moving into 2026. Number 3 is a profit-generating power list. The reason you need this is because a lot of people get stuck with the mundane. They have a big list of tasks to do that they either don't get done every day or that distract them from what work actually needs to be done. You need to understand in your life what makes me money, what puts money in my pocket at the end of every day. And you need to do 3 of those things per day, religiously, every day, if you want to make more money than you've ever made. Write down 3 things only. Do not write 10 things on your list. Don't write 5 things. Write 3 things and do them every day. 3 simple things. If you're in sales, do 10 follow-ups. If that's too easy for you, make it 20 the next day. If that's too easy, make it 30. Do 10 sales calls. Make a YouTube video. Make an Instagram reel. Things that affect your bottom line. Things that affect the amount of money going in your pocket. Whatever business you might be in, you need to know. At the end of each evening, I recommend you do this. Before you get into bed, you write down the 3 most important things you can do tomorrow. This isn't work out. This isn't don't drink. This isn't eat my supplements. This is 3 things that puts money in your pocket. Because money is power. Money buys you the life that you want to live. And it needs to be monitored. It needs to be monitored every single day. So that's number 3. Number 4 is consistent sleep. This is the backbone of everything, of having willpower. The willpower to turn up in the gym, to do your power list, comes from consistent sleep. I've had terrible sleep 2025. This was my biggest goal moving into Q1 of 2026, was fix your sleep so that you don't have the lapses in willpower. 8 hours a night is what I need to function perfectly. You may need more, you may need less, that's absolutely fine, but fix a wake-up time. I would recommend before 8 a.m. That's what I'm currently on. And have a 1-hour wind down before sleep. Don't be working right up until you go to bed. Put that phone away. Also, put your phone on the other side of the room. I have a real trouble getting out of bed. So I just put my phone on the other side of the room. It goes off, it's annoying as fuck. I have to get up out of bed, walk along the hallway, turn my phone off. Now I'm out of bed. I'm not gonna go and get back in bed. I'm gonna stay up, no matter how bad it feels. Take time with this. Get it done, but don't expect results on this. If you're used to waking up late, don't expect to feel good in the morning in your first week. It's gonna suck. Be ready for it to suck. And just go for it. Be a bit tired and slowly work that bedtime down. If you're sleeping super late, you gotta slowly work it down and just stick with it. Because this affects everything. This affects hormones, the way you feel, testosterone. This affects absolutely everything in your life. If you don't dial this in, all of these others, other than the alcohol, become more difficult. So number 4, consistent sleep. Consistent sleep will change your life. I should have listened to my mother. She told me this from very young. I never liked to listen. Number 5 is 10 pages morning reading of a business or self-development book. If you don't have one that you want to read right now, Relentless by Tim Grover is a great place to start for getting that mindset right for 2026 as a high performer. Why do we do this? Well, if you're anything like me, you probably wake up in the morning and you feel terrible. For some reason, you've got a dark cloud hanging over your head. You don't want to do anything. All of the great ideas and visions for your life that you had the night before are now gone, and they've been replaced by self-doubt. I find what reading does for me, my 10 pages of reading in the morning, it just puts something new in my mind. It puts something encouraging in my mind instead of my own thoughts. It's like being with someone like Tim Grover, a high performer, or whoever's book you choose. When you read with that person, it's like you're in a conversation with them. It's like getting around that high energy in the morning, and it makes your outlook better. It's only 10 pages. Just get it done, nice and simple. Number 6 is a set meal plan, and then delegate that meal plan. If you have a girlfriend that lives with you and she doesn't work, I want you to set her up with a sole job of cooking and cleaning in your house, making you meals, making sure everything's orderly, making sure the grocery shopping's done. She knows exactly what meal plan to cook for you to make sure that you're healthy. That way you're working as a team. If you're working on business, she's working on that, she's supporting the mission. If you are single or you have a girlfriend that works and you can't do that, either get a meal prep company to bring your meals or hire a chef. That's what I have in my house, is a maid and chef. So every day I don't have to cook and I don't have to clean up. It's multiple hours of work time, of workout time that I get back through not having to do these things. You were not put on this planet, unless you want to be a chef, you're not put on this planet to be making dinner and to be cleaning up after yourself. You're here to make the big bucks. You're here to change the destiny of your family and all the people around you. You are not meant to be making your own beans on toast in the morning. So decide a set meal plan and then delegate all the grocery shopping, all the cleaning, and all the meal making to somebody else. You could get a chef around twice a week where they just do the grocery shopping, make you your pre-planned meal prep, put it in tubs, and you reheat it from the fridge whenever you need to eat. That's a great way of doing it. You can have a full-time chef, absolutely any of these things. If you can't do that yet, because you don't have the finances for it, then you do a meal plan. You do a meal prep company that delivers the stuff off. No problem with that at all. If you can't afford that, you're really at the bottom. I know there was a time in my life where I used to be able to spend £40 a week on my food when I was working my 9 to 5. £40 a week was what I could afford. That's about $55 I would have to do my grocery shop. I used to take a sweet potato, a raw sweet potato, a can of tuna and some cheese to work at the call centre I worked at. I used to put a sweet potato in the microwave and then put a tin of tuna and cheese on it. I understand what it's like to have to do that stuff. What I would recommend you do is you shop one time per week and get all of your groceries in. Pre-make as much as you can and put it in tubs in the fridge on a Sunday so that you're not making it every day, or make a quick and easy meal that you can take to work that's fairly healthy, like my sweet potato, tuna and cheese. Okay? But that's number 6. You need the right fuel as an entrepreneur. You need the right fuel to make sure you're feeling good, make sure you're repairing from the gym. You need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight if you want to grow substantially in the gym. And number 7 is have a high agency conversation at least 1 time per week, or have a meetup, a coffee, a workout, a lunch, a phone call with someone that inspires you. If you stay around the same energy you stayed around in 2025 and your life does not look the way you want it to look, you need to get around new people. And that's what we do in the New Elite. In the New Elite Brotherhood, it's high achieving guys. It is guys that are looking for the best, that don't tolerate normality, that are professionals in the way they turn up. And in us coming together, we become more and more powerful every single year because we're around the right vibration, the right energy. If you're in a position to do that, book a call down below. We'll help you plan out your 2026. If you're not ready to do that, find the person in your life that when you think about them, you think that you come away from that conversation with a new energy, with a new motivation. That's the person you want to be having at least one brainstorming session with, one time a week, or just a chat, or buy them a coffee, or take them out for lunch. Being around that energy is infectious. Being around energy that brings you down is also infectious. You have to be very, very careful of that. Now, for those of you in the new elite, or who have just joined us, it will go like this. We will have our first mentorship together, and I'll ask you exactly what you want after you've filled out our forms. What are your goals in health, wealth, and relationships? We will then reverse engineer that, and we will build your winning day formula. How do you win simply and easily every single day? Then we will map it out on our new elite calendar on the wall. Massive calendar, and we'll plan your entire year. Then we'll connect you by hand with other high achievers in similar industries or guys you want to meet. We have quarterly events inside the new elite. This year they're going to be Dubai. We've got one in Thailand, Miami, and Marbella are our locations on each quarter of the year, where we will get together and we will review the work that has gone on each quarter, bring together great minds, teach you the latest in the industry, and connect good people together, have training sessions together, just give you that new lease of life, that new inspiration every single quarter of the year so you don't drop off. So for those of you that have just joined us, absolutely can't wait to get started on that. You'll also have unlimited WhatsApp support from me throughout the entire year. But guys, there you go. Whether you're in the new elite or not, get this written down, get your plan made, and start it from the 11th of Jan. Or if this has come at a later quarter, start it from the nearest Monday. Wishing you all the best in 2026. Go and smash it.